Okay, hello there. Good afternoon. This is gonna be a relatively short stream today because I'm still working on Safe No More. I'm trying to get that released in the next couple of days, so we're almost done with it. But I would have felt bad if I didn't at least stream this today because this is the next video that's coming out after that. It was a horror themed video, so we'll do two sections. Then I will get back to working on that other video. So just give me a moment and get my bearings, and we should be good to go. Okay. All right, let's get right to it. So yesterday we did false companions and deceptive signals, which is good, and isolation and transformation. So let me just go over the beginning again, so I can actually see what I'm missing out on. All right, safe spaces. Well, the brain, obviously. Safe spaces that turn against you, the weight of silence, memory and distorted perception, helplessness, mental repercussions and internal companions, loneliness and location, self and isolation, digital isolation, echoes of humanity, which is going to be a big one. Time and isolation, comfort of madness, the myth tie-ins, which we don't need to really go about. False companions and deceptive signals. So, isolation and transformation. I don't think we've talked about. Hold on. Don't drink unless you're an adult. We haven't talked about the actual body, so we can do that next. So, the body in isolation, I guess. Yeah, the physical aspect of it. We've only been really talking about the mental aspect of things. Okay. So, section 17. The body and isolation. It's been a very long day, people. Like, I've been just gaming the entire day for footage for the video, but the audio's done. We've edited the audio. The gaming section, I'm literally almost done. I got like 10 more minutes to do on the gaming aspect of it, then we're done. The longest part of it's going to be the closed captioning, so y'all can actually understand what the hell I'm saying. But yeah, the closed captioning is going to probably take at least a day and a half, so I'm looking for at least a Tuesday release for this one. Well, unless something apocalyptic happens, we should be good to go tomorrow for at least beginning closed captioning. But I'm looking for at least a Tuesday release at the latest. Maybe Monday if I get enough time from work. But we'll cross that bridge when we cross that bridge. So the body in isolation. So isolation can manifest physically. In many forms, usually in the form like exhaustion. Many forms. For example, exhaustion being a big one. Exhaustion, heightened reflexes, heightened reflexes, and physical strain. Pretty self-explanatory. There's obviously more, but I guess 3 does help. Physical strain. All right. Next. This kind of works. This is no, it's not weird. It's a weird one because of the game choices here. Because Leon doesn't get exhausted throughout his whole entire adventure. Leon is just cruising along. I would say this is definitely a Silent Hill F because she takes a beating. Hinako takes a damn beating. Holy crap, she takes a beating. Yeah, this is definitely a Silent Hill F1. And Cassie just goes through the motions. Like, Cassie and Leon are just going through their adventures, just without a care in the world. But Silent Hill F, oh yeah, you see the physical strain. So horror games replicate this. I haven't seen a Silent Hill character get so like banged up in a while. I'm talking more so talking about Eileen in Silent Hill 4, The Room. Holy crap! Some physical damage. You guys replicate this with characters either taking physical damage, I guess stamina systems. Yeah. Stamina systems. Stamina mechanics, I guess. Stamina mechanics. And environmental hazards, I guess. It's more so a physical damage thing. But it's safe to assume, at least in the Resident Evil game, it's safe to assume that they didn't take any damage because Outbreak has shown us what happens when you take damage. But it's safe to assume that they probably didn't take any damage because the T virus should infect you whenever you get like hurt or bitten or whenever. If the T virus can get inside your body. But it's safe to assume that they didn't get damaged throughout their journey. If the T virus was a airborne infection, oh yeah, they're cooked. So this forces the player. I guess, to feel vulnerable, even though they're feeling vulnerable through seeing their avatar character playing. It's forced the player to feel vulnerability. Hmm. This is really self-explanatory to the point I don't even feel like we need like a third bullet point. I guess an example would help, but yes, seeing their character get hurt, seeing someone getting hurt. Yeah, can amplify fear. No, it can. Fuck. Seeing someone getting hurt can amplify. It can sort of amplify solitude because usually they're not going to get any help. Oh, that's a weird one. Seeing someone getting hurt can amplify solitude, I guess, because there's no help coming. All right. It's not all the time because obviously RE2 Leon got shot, survived it. Ada was there to help him. Leon's very lucky. Leon is a lucky fellow. Okay, so definitely this is a Silent Hill set. This is Silent Hill F1. I do, and it is actually pretty high. Like her damage that she ends up taking throughout that game, like god damn, she's very hardcore. Especially the armor one. Hmm. Okay. All right. I gotta go over this again. Brain and fear, spaces that turn against you, weight of silence, memory, distorted perception, hopelessness, mental repercussions and internal companions, loneliness and location, self and isolation, digital isolation, echoes of humanity, time and isolation, the comfort of madness, the myth tie-ins, we don't need to worry about that. Uh false companions and deceptive signals, isolation and transformation, the body and isolation. We have not talked about we've hold on. We've kind of alluded to anticipation, but we really didn't go into it. Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, we didn't talk about anticipate. We somewhat touched upon it, but I guess having its own dedicated section would work. We'll call it the slow burn of anticipation. Yeah, there we go. The slow burn of anticipation. So this will be section 18. Now, this is definitely going to be a long one. Section 18. Slow burn of anticipation. Fortunately, I do have to start wrapping this up soon because I gotta go get dinner. Then I gotta get back to working on that video. But again, I'm looking for a Tuesday release on that one. Later on tonight, I'll do spur animation like I normally do before bed. But yeah, the big thing is actually getting that video released on time because it's done. It's just the closed captioning is just gonna take forever because it usually does. I guess as long as people understand what the hell I'm talking about, I guess that helps. slow burn of anticipation. Slow burn of anticipation. All right. Horror games. They thrive on suspense. Some more than others. Where fear is built over time. Again, some more than others. Fear is built over time. Rather than instant jump scares. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of jump scares. I'm a fan of the build up. But yeah, horror games thrive in suspense. Okay. So how's this tie into? Oh, okay. I know. Isolation heightens. Isolation heightens this because is being alone. Oh yeah, because being alone makes everything seem like it's a potential threat. Shadows. Shadows. Etc. Okay. Hmm. We need an example though. But let's see. Yeah, this is kind of an easy one though. This ties into game mechanics. Yeah. So, ooh, what's this? Oh yeah, that's the good. That I know that theme. Can't remember. It's stillness something. All right, I'm sorry about that. I get distracted very fast when it comes to OSTs. Game mechanics. Reinforce this. Reinforce this, and I cannot spell. Reinforce this. Uh, Usually in the form of timers, predictable. Yeah. You gotta wait for that event. It sucks. It really does suck. It's kind of a FNAF one though. It's mostly because if you play the game enough, you'll memorize the animatronic patterns, and it can be pretty time consuming. Waiting for them to actually go through their pathway. Okay, yeah, that's a FNAF one. So Ruin uses predictable control. Animatronics. And limited resources. We'll say that. Limited resources. To create dread before the threat even comes. Danger strikes. Okay. I think that's good. So let's see what we've written tonight. Again, I do have to go have dinner and continue working on that other video. So we did 2 sections today. We're doing about 20 sections. Then we'll get to the case studies. So the body and isolation. Isolation can manifest physically in many forms. For example, exhaustion, heightened reflexes, and physical strain. Horror games replicate this with characters either taking physical damage, stamina mechanics, and environmental hazards. This forces the player to feel vulnerability through the characters they are controlling. Seeing someone getting hurt can amplify isolation in a way. There is usually no one to provide assistance. This is definitely a Silent Hill F1. We see MC taking excessive physical damage as the game progresses. Blood, torn clothing, etc. So, Section 18, the slow burn of anticipation, which is pretty simple. But horror games strive in suspense, where fear is built over time rather than instant jump scares. Isolation heightens this because being alone makes everything seem like a potential threat. Sounds, shadows, etc. Game mechanics reinforce this, usually in the form of timers, predictable enemy patterns. Excuse me. Predictable enemy patterns and waiting in a way becomes unbearable. Ruin uses predictable control of animatronics and limited resources to create dread for the danger strikes. There we go. All right, good stuff. That was about 20 minutes worth of work. So tomorrow we'll do the last 2 sections before we get to the case study. So good stuff. I'll continue working on the other video, try to get it released in the next 2 days. Besides that, have a good one. We'll do more of this tomorrow. I got spray animation later after I'm done working. And yeah, that's it. Have a good rest of your weekend, and we'll talk